What's burning? What's burning? What's burning with KB?
It's time for What's Burnin' with Kevin KB Burns, presented by Bill LaCasse and SRG Financial Advisors. But first, please join us as we honor our great nation with the playing of our national anthem. And now your host, Kevin KB Burns.
Hey, welcome in to What's Burnin' here on Lake TV. KB with you. Glad to have you along for another hour of interesting information, talking to a lot of the movers and shakers and even talking about some of the movers and shakers right here in Camden County. We'll have some election results for you a little bit later on. But first, let's thank all of our great sponsors. Bill LaCasse and the staff at SRG Financial Advisors, home of the mile marker formula. If you want to find out more about it, they're just a phone call away at 573-302-7212. Thanks to Ozark Barge and Dock, Nina Jeniton, who's going to be on the program next week. Hey, they're looking for people to work. If you feel like that's something you'd like to do, you can contact them over at Ozark Barge and Dock. Plus, our good friends at Budget Blinds. You need a new window treatment, Kerry Mawson and the folks can help you out. Our Veterinary at the Lake, they are the presenters of KB's Furry Friends. And speaking of that, they are now the official veterinary service, if you will, of Ozarks Cat and Canine, where we film KB's Furry Friends. Plus a big thank you to Culligan Lake of the Ozarks, the official bottled water of What's Burnin', 573-346-5221. They do an amazing job of providing an ice cold beverage for you in bottles or jugs. And of course, they can come in, sample your water, tell you what's in it, and show you the best way to experience that high quality H2O. On the program today, we're going to talk with Jo McElwee. She is the current Camden County Circuit Clerk. She's being replaced by Kayla Henry. We thought we'd take a little time and reflect on Jo's career and let her tell you about what it's been like serving this great county for a lot of years. We'll also take some time to check out what's going on here with the election results, the most recent election, the August 2nd primary. We'll talk a little bit about that. Bill LaCasse from SRG Financial Advisors will join me to talk about, of all things, China and maybe some things that you didn't know, but you will now by watching What's Burnin'. Also, Maribel, our furry friend, KB's Furry Friends, on the program. We'll have a look at Maribel. She's a beautiful little feline who could use a great home. Very loving little cat as well. We had the chance to work with her and the folks, Mary Meow B. Tilly at Ozarks Cat and Canine. Hey, it's all coming up right here. Stick around. Don't touch that dial. It's What's Burnin' on Lake TV.
While the financial services industry for years has focused on products, pricing, and performance, or things we refer to at SRG as the how, our focus for our clients has always been around their why. And without fail, over all these years, those whys have centered around family, occupation, and recreation. Think legacy issues, retirement, or achieving a work optional lifestyle, and checking off those important things on that recreational bucket list. Our foundational approach remains a focus on the things that matter most to our clients and the things that together we can control. And where those two things overlap, that's where we live and work every day. That's SRG Financial and the mile marker formula.
It was a Saturday. Chris was a good dad. His water practices, not so much. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Culligan. Got a water pitcher for the fam. pretty safe, huh?
Well, basic water pitchers are passable, whereas a Culligan reverse osmosis system can reduce lead, arsenic, pesticide runoff.
You realize these have filters?
Chris, pour it out.
It's not going fast enough. Just done with that.
When your water's right, so is your world. I wrote that!
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
There's a new radio station at the lake, a radio station that's geared towards the community, a radio station where you can have a hand in what we do. Welcome to Key Radio, a community-based radio station that invites you to be a part of the solution. We encourage you to become a content creator. That's right, you provide the content. Listen in at 89.3 or online at keyradio.live. To find out more about becoming a content creator, call 573-280-0532. Hey, welcome back to What's Burning here on Lake TV. Glad to be with you on another beautiful day at the Lake of the Ozarks. It always is. And right here to my left, she is the current circuit clerk of Camden County. Her name is Jo McElwee, and hey, thanks for coming in.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, I know it's been a busy couple of months for you and, of course, your staff and the election now that it is in the books. I guess everything kind of went according to plan?
It went very well. Mm-hmm. It went really, really well. The Camden County will continue with integrity and public service, mm-hmm. and I'm very excited.
Kayla Henry will be replacing Jo McElwee at the end of the year, beginning of the new year. She officially takes over when?
January 2nd.
January 2nd. She will be sworn in?
Yes.
And then it looks like you will head off into the
sunset, yeah.
I wanted to bring you on today because obviously you've served this county for quite a while.
41 years.
41 years, and you've made a lot of good friends and you've helped a lot of people out. What's it like knowing that at the end of this year you'll finally be free to do whatever it is you want to do?
When I first made the decision, it wasn't good because it's been my life since I was 25, and I thought, what will I do? But you know, when you go through enough campaigns and you see enough stuff, you think, whew, I'm glad I'm going off into the sunset. I really have no hobbies. Public service was my hobby.
Right.
And so I hope to continue in that. I think I will volunteer, and I have closets that even my cat can't fit in. So I'm going to try to clean some of those out.
Well, it looks like you've got a little bit of work ahead of you.
I do. I do.
You say you've been involved in public service, but you've also been involved in different charitable groups and organizations. I know a couple of them. Camden County Child Advocacy was one you were involved in for a while, and
I was
some
with
others.
The Sharing and Caring Foundation. We did Chocolate for Charity with Rick Bryant, which was always a fun thing, and you always came out.
I bought a $100 coconut cake.
I remember
at that event.
I did, and I bought an $80 ho-ho cake. And they were selling one at a charity I was at the other night, and I was like, yeah. And they sold it for $50, and I'm not buying that one. But I was a Rotarian for almost 15 years. I'm still in Kiwanis. I intend to stay in Kiwanis. It's a great public service group, and I can't even remember the chamber. I was on the chamber board. I've been blessed. I've been blessed with so many people, and we're getting ready to do the air show out at Kiwanis is getting ready to go to the air show, so
that'll be another fun event.
September the 10th. That's going to be huge. That's going to be massive.
Yes.
That's going to be huge. You have obviously served this community and done so very well, and you've had a great staff backing you up the entire way. Let's talk about maybe some of the things that you've enjoyed doing over the years as far as being there to help people out, and it could be anybody, something like a parking ticket or something like, you have to go to court for one reason or another, and people are confused. They don't have any idea what to do, where to go, who to talk to, so they end up there at the circuit clerk's office, yes, at the courthouse, or actually in the Justice Center.
In the Justice Center.
And you get an opportunity to work with them and talk a little bit about that.
And when you come to our building, you really don't know what you should do. I mean, you know why you're there, but you don't really know what you should do, whether it's for jury duty or a parking ticket or whatever. I mean, it can range from a parking ticket to capital murder. We have civil cases from small claims up to multi-million-dollar lawsuits. So if you come in there for probate or tickets or whatever, you're not necessarily happy to be there.
Right.
And you're pretty confused. So that is where the paycheck of the heart comes in. And that sounds like a Pollyanna, but it's so true. People, when they leave and they know that, oh, that wasn't such a big deal, or she took care of that. And my girls come to me all the time and say, oh my gosh, that guy was so upset over his ticket. He couldn't get his refund on his bond or whatever. And they took care of it for him. And that is what it's about. That is what makes, I've been so blessed to do this for so long.
There is something to say about looking at someone who comes in all tense with a very concerned look on their face, and then when they walk away, they've got that look of reassurance, like someone's helped me, someone has been able to...
I'm not a bad person.
No. Someone's been able to kind of talk you down off the ledge a little bit.
Yes.
And that is a good feeling, and that has to be very rewarding, and I'm sure has been very rewarding over the years. Let's talk about the staff that you have working in the circuit clerk's office. There are a lot of people that go through the paces every day, helping people, working to help the judges when they are in a session in court. Right. You've relied upon those folks for a long, long time, and I'm sure that they have made quite an impression on you over the years.
They have. I have an amazing staff. We have 19 women all together, counting downstairs and upstairs, because my clerks also clerk for the judges upstairs. They're amazing. They are the unsung heroes. We make the judges look good. Not that they don't look good on their own if you're watching.
Right.
But we do try to make their lives easier. We handle all the paperwork. We handle the scheduling and the calendars. And if all of a sudden, a clerk is sick from upstairs, one of my girls, they say, we need you in court. So they go flying up the steps and get everything hooked up and record for the judges. And you see a lot of things, and you realize when you're in the courtroom how blessed you are, because everybody has it worse. There are lots of people who have it worse.
I know it's hard for you to sit down and maybe pinpoint one particular instance where you felt as though you really helped someone. And without naming names, is there anything that you can think of off the top of your head where somebody was really in need, someone was really feeling like they had no direction, and maybe you and your staff were able to give them that direction and allow them to move forward?
I think the biggest ones on that has been like in domestic situations, be it a divorce or child support, or where they're already lost. They feel like their world has fallen apart. They're not sure how to go about their child support, or just to say, you know what, you're not the first person this has happened to. Right. It happens all the time. Some of us have done it more than once. It's that helps. It helps when they go, oh, okay, well, even though I'm going through bankruptcy and I've lost my marriage, at least there's hope. But the one that I have to tell you, the one that sticks out in my mind and always will forever, some of you were blessed enough to know Judge Mary Dickerson. I clerked by her side for many years, and she went through some horrible health situations, but I was her juvenile clerk, and she was the juvenile judge at this point in time, and I could see her tear up sometimes when she had to send kids away. Yeah. She cared. Our judges care. The judges we have now care very much, but it was a learning situation, or it was a learning thing for me to sit at the bench with her and see what it did to her. when she had to say, I'm so sorry, we don't have any more options. We have to send you to, So it was nice to see that the judges cared when they have tears in their eyes and they're saying, I'm sorry.
And that's probably something that a lot of us don't get to experience when we're in front of a judge. It's either, something that we're happy about or, again, maybe not so much.
Right.
But you've worked with them, your staff has worked with them, and that relationship that you have is so very important. But I would imagine, just like any person, they are moved, as you mentioned with Judge Dickerson, in certain instances, certain cases. It really takes a lot out of them.
It does. It's tough being a juvenile judge. That's a hard one. It's tough when they're doing criminal cases. They don't always want to send people off to prison. Mm-hmm. And we have the drug courts now, so that helps, and the VA court, so that at least gives some options. But still, yes, they are human. They have their own lives. When they walk into that courtroom, they've walked away from a family and maybe kids with the flu, or maybe they just went through a sick kid, or they're all human.
I want to thank you for coming on, but before I let you go, I want you to take a moment and just kind of express your thoughts to the people of Camden County, as well as people you've worked with. I know it's hard to do. It's hard to do it in a 30-second bit, but just some quick thoughts.
My support from Camden County has been unbelievable. We've had good campaigns, we've had rough campaigns, we've had dirty campaigns. Not on our side. I am so appreciative to the support we've had and my staff through the years. The girls that I've worked with, we have 100 years worth of girls retiring between now and the end of the year, and that's only 3 of us. The girls that I'm leaving behind, don't think that you're getting away with anything, because I will be back. I love my girls.
It's obvious that you'll probably be stopping in to see them from time to time to make sure everything's running smoothly, and
but just so they don't forget me.
Don't be surprised if your phone doesn't ring off the hook a little bit, folks. Knowing
I hope
what a great amount of service that you've offered to this community, and would probably want that same opportunity to work with you doing maybe some charitable things or something along those lines.
I would love that.
Joe McElwee, she is the Circuit Clerk of Camden County. She'll be wrapping up her career at the end of the year. She'll be replaced by a new Circuit Clerk, voted in by the people, Kayla Henry. We want to wish you all the best, and thanks so much for taking some time with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. Folks, stick around. We've got more to come, including Mr. Bill LaCasse and KB's Furry Friends. We're going to take a look at Maribel out there at Ozarks Captain K9. It's all coming up. Stick around.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
While the financial services industry for years has focused on products, pricing, and performance, or things we refer to at SRG as the how, our focus for our clients has always been around their why. And without fail, over all these years, those whys have centered around family, occupation, and recreation. Think legacy issues, retirement, or achieving a work-optional lifestyle, and checking off those important things on that recreational bucket list. Our foundational approach remains a focus on the things that matter most to our clients and the things that together we can control. And where those two things overlap, that's where we live and work every day. That's SRG Financial and the Mile Marker Formula.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
There's a new radio station at the lake, a radio station that's geared towards the community, a radio station where you can have a hand in what we do. Welcome to Key Radio, a community-based radio station that invites you to be a part of the solution. We encourage you to become a content creator. That's right, you provide the content. Listen in at 89.3 or online at keyradio.live. To find out more about becoming a content creator, call 573-280-0532. Hey, welcome back to What's Burning here on Lake TV. I got to send a shout out to Matt and the great staff over at Culligan Lake of the Ozarks. They are the official bottled water of What's Burning. And on a hot day, nothing's better than a refreshing bottle of Culligan water. You know, you can get the big jugs in your home. You can get the water softeners. They're happy to come in and test your water, tell you what's in it, and make it a, as they say, a form of high quality H2O. I hope I'm not going to get in any trouble for saying that, but you just got to put it out there once in a while. 573-346-5221, Culligan Lake of the Ozarks. Thank you so much for your sponsorship of the show. Bill LaCasse joining us now, our title sponsor of What's Burning. We got sponsors everywhere.
Isn't it wonderful?
SRG Financial Advisors
Yes.
in the house today, and we're going to be talking about something that has been in the news off and on for years, for decades, and probably more so now than in a lot of cases. Of course, we talk about Taiwan and China. We talk about the recent visit. Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House, she went to Taiwan and got under China's skin a little bit. And obviously, there's a financial connection to all of this as well.
Well, you know, the crazy thing about China is that there are so many people that they think that China is the 10,000-pound gorilla in the room, that they're the ones that, you know, is going to kind of dictate what's going to happen in the world for maybe the next 10, 15 years. And the funny part about it is they are, but not in the way that they want to. They have some definite problems in China. And you know, I'm going to talk about two of them today. They have a laundry list of things that are just going to be a huge issue for China as they're going forward. And we're going to talk about a couple of them, but you know, I want to kind of preface this with the idea of saying, you know, I'm not a politician. I don't create or study information for a vocation. I look at geopolitical issues more to try to shape ideas on how I might be able to advise my clients. How is this going to affect what we're doing for you financially as we're moving forward? It's really the things that I'm looking at. So sometimes I look at, you know, when China's in the news and I start paying a lot of attention to what's going on in China, I am looking at things that maybe the average person isn't looking at, and I want to talk about a few of those because we have some incredible things as far as the way we're tied together with China in ways that you don't really think about. And you know, I want to preface this again by saying that we have lived through a golden age. We truly have as a society. I mean, if you look from the period between 1985 and 2015, we lived in a time where everything that you would possibly want, it became cheaper, better, faster. You know, there was just always this new innovation or something that, you know, labor became cheaper, or a new innovation plus cheap labor made something where you could have it more often. We are moving towards a time where things are going to be more expensive. They're not going to be as good. We're not going to have as many choices on things that we might want to buy, and it's going to be slower in the way that things are developed. And believe it or not, a lot of this has to do with China, and not necessarily in something that's favorable towards them. You know, the reason why we were able to have all of these things that we wanted, cheaper, better, faster, was because of globalization. The ability to be able to go anywhere in the world that you wanted to go, strike a deal with anybody that you wanted to strike a deal with, have goods and services shipped back and forth. And all of that was pretty much done by the courtesy of the U.S. Navy, because we made sure that we were the police force of the world. We made sure that shipping was not disturbed and that goods could go from one place to another. We've quit doing that.
Yes.
That is, it is no, you know, if you watch the news and if you see a ship get hijacked, they just call the company that owns the ship and they have to negotiate to try to get back their cargo or their people or pay a ransom or whatever the case may be. And unless it has a direct effect on the United States, you're not going to see the U.S. Navy step in to escort those goods. So I could spend a day talking about how that is developed and what's going to happen with that, but let's just suffice it to say that we're going to see less goods manufactured in China and shipped here for a lot of different reasons, that being one of the big ones. And you know, China built this empire based on selling the United States stuff, with us protecting their shipments as they're going back and forth. So there was some reasoning behind that. The reasoning is that if you go all the way back to World War II, right after World War II, it was easy to make arrangements with the rest of the world saying, you know, if we are the Blue Water Navy, you don't need to have one for security reasons. It was good for the United States. We promised to make sure that goods and services could go back and forth. But at this point, it really doesn't, there's no security payback for us at this point. And that's one of the reasons why the United States is stepping back from that and is no longer doing that. So, you know, when you look at China on the interior, all of a sudden you've got to look at this gigantic demographic shift that is happening inside of China. Now, everybody can remember when in the news was, you know, they had these sweatshops where they had these young children working, making, manufacturing, working for the cheap. Well, an amazing thing has happened. A lot of time has gone by. That population has aged. Their demographic situation is such that because of that, the one-child policy that they had in place for 40 years, all of a sudden there are no young people. So they have this gigantic top-heavy society where the majority of the people are age 50 or older, and they are aging themselves out of the ability to be able to do that sweatshop labor, and there's not enough young people behind them to fulfill those roles. It has gotten to the point where when you look at manufacturing, especially in China, it is now cheaper to do manufacturing here in the United States than it is to have it done in China.
I guess it's not a bad thing.
That's not a bad thing, but here's the problem.
Right.
Okay, the one thing they do have in China is they have all these manufacturing plants already there. We don't have those here in the United States.
We don't.
Or we don't even have those in Mexico. You know, and those are probably the two population areas, Mexico and the United States. We're probably going to see over the next 5, 6, 7 years a gigantic expansion into manufacturing.
Well, it has to happen.
It has to happen.
Sure.
It just has to happen. COVID proved that to the world. I mean, we all realize, and here's the funny part, is that China was destined to have happen what is getting ready to happen to China 40 years ago. Right. I mean, demographically, it was just, you know, we've been looking at this as a ticking time bomb, and one of the problems with whenever you look at demographics is that it moves like a glacier. It's very slow.
Right.
And you always think, I've got time to fix this. I'll be able to go, you know, do something with this later. All of a sudden, we're in the here and now.
Yeah.
And, you know, and we've got this big problem.
So I guess what we need to do is address this issue. We don't have the Navy to protect the shipment of goods. We don't have the labor in China any longer. We don't have the facilities in the United States and Mexico. How is this going to directly affect the consumer? I would imagine that's probably a relatively easy answer.
It's going to be an inflationary time.
Right.
We are going to probably see, at the very least, the next 3 to 5 years, everybody's going to have to get used to the idea of 9 to maybe double-digit inflation as we're going forward.
We're kind of seeing that now.
We're seeing it now, but it's going to continue.
Yeah.
We're going to see that happening on into the future. Now, along with that will be wage increases. As far as buying power, I think most people that are working are going to be in a good spot.
Mm-hmm.
Where I worry are people on fixed income. These are the people that I deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Mm-hmm.
People that were trying to, when the day comes that you say, I'm going to quit that nasty old job and I'm going to live off of the stuff that I have accumulated, all of a sudden you have fixed that number.
Mm-hmm.
And that becomes a huge big issue when you're trying to look and plan. That's why looking at what's going on at some of these geopolitical things around the world, you got to understand what might be the possibilities and where you might have to do some cutbacks, because that is probably, unfortunately, the scenario that we're all going to have to look at.
That job you're thinking about maybe quitting, it might be a good idea to stick around a few more years and pack away some more some money, some benefits, if you've got a 401k or some other things through that particular company. So I'm guessing it's probably not a bad idea to pick up the phone and give SRG Financial Advisors a call, 573-302-7212.
You know, I always say that if you do not have a financial plan, you need to have one.
Yeah.
If you do have one, it's time to review it and make sure that it works.
It's one of those situations where you can't win for losing, it seems like. And really what we're looking at here is a shortage in labor, which means better wages, but at the same time, that means it's going to take longer to get things accomplished.
That's right.
And on down the line, it really doesn't matter where we're at.
We're going to have to shift the way that we do things.
Absolutely.
We just are. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bill LaCasse, thank
Always
you, sir.
good to see you, sir.
Bill LaCasse, our title sponsor for What's Burning from SRG Financial Advisors. We're going to take a little time and we've got our furry friend coming up, Maribel with Ozarks Cat and Canine, KB's Furry Friends, presented by our veterinary at the lake.
While the financial services industry for years has focused on products, pricing, and performance, or things we refer to at SRG as the how, our focus for our clients has always been around their why. And without fail, over all these years, those whys have centered around family, occupation, and recreation. Think legacy issues, retirement, or achieving a work optional lifestyle, and checking off those important things on that recreational bucket list. Our foundational approach remains a focus on the things that matter most to our clients and the things that together we can control. And where those two things overlap, that's where we live and work every day. That's SRG Financial and the Mile Marker Formula.
There's a new radio station at the lake, a radio station that's geared towards the community, a radio station where you can have a hand in what we do. Welcome to Key Radio, a community-based radio station that invites you to be a part of the solution. We encourage you to become a content creator. That's right, you provide the content. Listen in at 89.3 or online at keyradio.live. To find out more about becoming a content creator, call 573-280-0532.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Hey, welcome back to What's Burning. KB here, thanking you for joining us and reminding you, we've got a lot of great programming here on Lake TV, including my two buddies, my partners in crime, William Holtz and Chris Schneider with Cup of Coffee. You can see that at 8:02, 102, and 8:02. Now, 8:02 a.m. and 8:02 p.m., plus 1:02 in the afternoon, smack dab right between the two. The Community Spotlight with Chris Schneider as well, 9:02, 3:02, and 7:02, 9:02 a.m., 3:02 p.m. and 7:02 p.m. Some great guests coming up with Chris on the program, including Ron Dugan and Leah Martin, getting ready for the shootout, great shootout preview. And also a gentleman who's been involved with the Crossover Christian Music Festival for a whole lot of years, the one and only Alan Sullivan. We've got high school football action coming up and a lot, including What's Burning. You can see a new show every Thursday. It runs 7 days a week, 7:02 a.m., 5 p.m. and 11 p.m. So make sure you check it out right here on Lake TV. So we have wrapped up, and for a lot of folks, wrapped up, an election, the August 2nd primary. It was memorable, to say the least. We had a lot of back and forth between candidates, but the people have spoken, and in Camden County, we had a total of 11,324 ballots cast, and that's almost 34% of the voters in Camden County. Why didn't more people come out? Well, I guess you'll have to ask them. But the people have spoken, and locally, we've had a changing of the guard, so to speak. As far as presiding commissioner, Ike Skelton will be your new presiding commissioner of Camden County with nearly 57% of the vote. But all the candidates did a good job, so we'll send a shout out to Chris Frank and Lydia Porter, Greg Hasty and Nathan Patton, all getting out there as much as they possibly can, getting in front of the people, pleading their cases. But the transition will take place on January the 2nd, as Ike Skelton will step in as your new presiding commissioner. Also, we had a switch for Camden County Prosecutor Rochelle Christensen Grosvenor, beating Caleb Cunningham. She will take over on January the 2nd as well. Again, two candidates that ran a hard-fought campaign. Then, of course, some of the other races for judge. Kenny Hayden getting the nod for Circuit Judge, Circuit 26, Division 2. Heather Miller getting the nod for Associate Circuit Judge, Division 5. And some other local races of interest. The one thing that I would like to really plead, as far as if you want to say plead the case, is that the folks that are still in office, they have a job to do. And I hope at this particular point that we would support these people until their terms expire, do what we can as good citizens of Camden County to make the transition as smooth as possible, while at the same time supporting the men and women that are still doing the job, because they definitely have, they've got a few months left, and they would certainly appreciate our support. But good campaign, hard-fought campaign. It did get a little crazy there at times, but I think for the most part, a lot of folks are glad that it's over. We had a couple of other folks. In particular, I want to send a shout-out to Scott Rydell, who ran for the State Senate seat in District 6. He did win in Camden County, 66 to 33% over Mike Bernsketter. But Bernsketter was the overall winner, 55 to 44%. But Scott put up a great campaign, and I thank him for taking the opportunity to be on not only this program, What's Burning, but on Key Radio as well. Miller County having a pretty good turnout. Overall, about 27% of the registered voters came out, a total of 4,573 ballots cast. And you've got a brand new presiding commissioner coming into Miller County, Kevin Cardwell, who will replace the retiring Tom Wright. And just on a personal note, I've had the opportunity to work with Tom quite a bit. He's done a fantastic job, and we wish him and his family all the best, because obviously any of you who've ever been in that position of presiding commissioner, whether it's in Miller County, Camden County, wherever, you know the strains that it can put on not only you personally, but your family members as well, because you've got to be at all these events and do a variety of different things. Wanted to also kind of talk a little bit about the statewide race for U.S. Senate. the Republican ticket was loaded, including a local gentleman by the name of Bernie Mowinski. But it looks like Eric Schmidt will be representing the Republicans coming up in the November 8th general election. He did take not only Camden County, but a large part of the Republican vote, quite a bit of the total of over 650,000 people that voted in the state. It looks like, or voted for Republicans rather, Eric Schmidt getting the nod, and he will move on to take on the Democratic candidate Trudy Bush Valentine, who I think she did rather well in Camden County as well, but she did have the ability to take it to Lucas Kuntz, who, as we look at the numbers here, was probably the closest competitor that she had for the Democratic ticket and the U.S. Senate. Also want to send a shout out to Susie Pollack. Susie Pollack ran against Justin Brown, and probably one of the closer races that I've seen in the August primary as far as the results are concerned. 50.8% to 49.1%. Susie Pollack just barely losing to Justin Brown, and we know the great work that Susie has done in this community and surrounding communities as well. Interestingly enough, as we move on again, I think a lot of people would ask that we try to help out the folks that are currently in office, get them through and make the transition as easily as possible. Of course, we talked to Joe McElwee earlier in the program, Kayla Henry beating Karen Clopton for the Camden County Circuit Clerk position as well. Some other news. Interestingly enough, I came across an article that the United States is going to fill the border wall gaps at an open area near Yuma, Arizona. And I thought this was rather interesting because I had heard, and I think a lot of folks had, that the Biden administration was, well, they were going to stop all work on the border wall that Donald Trump, former President Trump, had been working on, had made one of his, big campaign promises to get this border wall done. But the Biden administration last Thursday, they authorized completion of the Trump-funded U.S.-Mexico border wall in and around this southern area of Arizona near Yuma. And what they have said is essentially they're doing it for safety purposes, even though when you look at the statistics, this particular portion of our United States border with Mexico is nearly flooded with people, and not just from Mexico. You'd be surprised at some of the folks that come over from other parts of the world, Ethiopia, and a number of other places. But this seems to be a central point as far as crossing over from Mexico. A lot of these folks come over, they'll take a plane, they'll end up in Mexico just a short distance from the border, and then try and sneak on over. But as they say here, this is more along the lines of trying to, as they say, protect people. And I don't know if that's the case or not, if it's really about protection, or it's more so about trying to fill this gap where a huge amount of people are coming into the country for one reason or another. And also, it is being done, it says here, because they've identified damaged wildlife corridors and other environmental harm. Now, again, I think you could make all the excuses that you want, but I think a large part of this has to do with Democratic U.S. Senator Mark Kelly, who is from Arizona. He is seeking his party's nomination and did so in the August primary, but he has pressed the Biden administration to close the gaps, calling them a challenge for officials trying to secure the border. Agents stopped migrants more than 160,000 times from January through June in the Yuma sector, near quadruple for the same period last year. And you look at some of the other areas, the Del Rio and the Rio Grande Valley in South Texas, but you're getting people from all over the place, Colombians, Venezuelans, Ethiopians coming across in that particular section. So I guess the question is, are they really doing it based on safety and environmental reasons, or do the folks down in Arizona, have they just had enough? And are they asking the Biden administration to do something? So they say, well, we'll do it, but we're going to do it and make it look like it's, for other reasons. I don't know. Keep up to date on it. Do your research, folks. Congratulations to all the winners. Thanks to all the candidates who got involved in the August 2nd primary election. And please, let's move forward. Hey, we've got more coming up right here on Lake TV.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
While the financial services industry for years has focused on products, pricing, and performance, or things we refer to at SRG as the how, our focus for our clients has always been around their why. And without fail, over all these years, those whys have centered around family, occupation, and recreation. Think legacy issues, retirement, or achieving a work optional lifestyle, and checking off those important things on that recreational bucket list. Our foundational approach remains a focus on the things that matter most to our clients and the things that together we can control. And where those two things overlap, that's where we live and work every day. That's SRG Financial and the Mile Marker Formula.
Want to get to know local leaders a lot better? Join Lake TV for a new Community Spotlight show weekdays at 9, 3, and 7. We talk with local leaders to get their story and learn more about their organizations. It's the Community Spotlight show on Lake TV.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Hey, Jess. Yeah, Nicole, what do you need? Did you see that new listing in Sunrise Beach?
Yeah, it was just listed 2 minutes ago.
It has 150 feet of lakefront. And a brand new kitchen. I'm headed out there after I type this email. I'm on the phone with my clients. Hey, where are you going?
I already put an offer in, cash above list, and it's looking good.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, gosh.
Welcome to the segment of the program we like to call KB's Furry Friends, right here on What's Burning on Lake TV. Mary Meow Me Tilly here at Ozarks Cat and Canine. That's where we like to hang out, and it is presented by the good folks at our veterinary at the lake. We have Maribel here today, and Maribel, Mary, is who and where, and let's talk a little bit about her.
So Maribel came into us at the beginning of April, very pregnant.
Very pregnant.
Very pregnant. She was found as a stray. We think she's about a year old. We were kind of taking bets on when she was going to pop, and I was really hoping it was going to be my birthday, but she waited until the day after.
Right.
So she had 4 babies that were born on April 19th. One of them is spoken for and who looks just like her, little mini-me. Mm-hmm. And then the other 3 are going to be ready within the next week or so. Just got fixed and just waiting on those incisions to heal.
So just so folks know, what kind of cat is Maribel?
She is a domestic long hair, calico in color, and as sweet as can be. We have to watch her when she's in her kennel and she's rolling around because she wants that loving, and she will flop over and she'll just about fall on the floor if you're not watching her real close.
Such a good girl. And I mean, she is just laying here like a little baby and getting all the attention in the world, and that's exactly what she would love. Plenty of attention from the right person, the right people.
Mm-hmm.
Is she a cat that work well with a family? Is maybe it more of a one-on-one?
So we haven't had her around other cats. She's not been around other dogs, so we don't know how she'll do with other pets. But she definitely loves her love. Maybe not teeny tiny children, but especially with her being a long hair, sometimes they like to pull the fur. But she loves everybody who comes in this room. She just craves attention, and I think she's going to make anybody a happy new mama or daddy.
How could you not love that face, which you can't see right now? She's showing the back of her head. She's kind of nuzzled up under my arm a little bit there. Any restrictions or anything that you have to keep in mind with her?
Nope, not with her, not that we know of. She was such a good mama. Sometimes we get moms in here that, maybe if it's their first litter and they don't really know what they're doing, but she was so attentive and took such great care of her babies, and now it's just, she's ready to go, and it's time for her to be somebody's baby.
She is certainly a beautiful cat, domestic long hair, and would certainly make somebody a good pet, or if you've got a family. I guess she has those maternal instincts a little bit, being a mom and everything like that, but I guess she is fixed at this point?
She is.
Right. And that's something that you folks take care of when they bring animals in. They go through a certain, like a waiting period or a process, and then you give them all their shots.
Yeah, everybody who comes into us, unless it's like an owner surrender who's up to date on shots, when we get in strays, everybody goes into quarantine. For adults, it's at least a week, and puppies and kittens, it's at least 2 weeks. Until we make sure that they're up to date on shots and that they're healthy and not going to spread any disease. We get them fixed, we get them microchipped, and any other necessary vetting they may need when they come in. We see a lot sometimes that, especially in this area, covered in fleas and ticks.
Yes.
If they've been outside for a while, sometimes, they need a little extra time catching up on their diet and nutrition. And
well, this is certainly a time that they're going to run into all those little things, fleas and ticks, maybe some chiggers or something like that, that want to jump on board and take a free ride. But we have got a little hair on the air. We've got a good news story that we wanted to pass along today, Mary.
We sure do. After 446 days in the shelter, Katniss has been adopted.
That's wonderful.
And she's been home for almost a week now, and we've gotten update photos. They've come in. We were going to send a pool home with her, and they didn't have room that first day, so they came back the next day to pick that up, let us know how the first night went and everything. Awesome. And she is happy as a clam, and so are they.
Well, sometimes, obviously, it takes a little while, and you have to find the right people for the right puppy dog or the right kitty cat, and it happens. It certainly does. So, as we always say, if you are in the neighborhood looking for a cat like Maribel or a dog, and they've got quite a few to choose from here at Ozarks Cat and Canine, make it a point to stop by, take a look at what's online. And what is the website here?
OzarksCatandCanine.com.
Very good. You can call, you can take a tour. If you already have an animal, then I guess you can schedule an opportunity to bring the animal in. This is also, don't just show up with your dog or cat. Make sure you call ahead of time.
Once you've done an application and you're approved, then we can make an appointment for you to bring your animal in to meet the one that you're interested in.
Look at that little cute baby right there. That's Maribel, and she's looking for a good home. Why don't you come on by and take a look at her, spend some time with her. And if you like to spend time with animals and you don't have room for an animal right now, you can always volunteer your time. They're always happy to have volunteers here or up the hill at the thrift shop. It's KB's Furry Friends on What's Burning here on Lake TV, presented by our veterinary at the lake. Stick around. We've got more coming up.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Hey, it's Uncle Chris.
And I'm Will right here at Slumberland at the Lake.
We have got an amazing cup of coffee for you. There's a lot going on at COMC.
I sit down with Constance Hoffman to tell you all about National Health Center Week at COMC.
And that there's this really cool dam to dam race. MTI and Skater going head to head for charity.
Yeah, it's coming up. That and a whole lot more on this week's Cup of Coffee from Slumberland at the Lake.
It's our most protective wash yet. Introducing the Quick Car Ceramic Wash. It's an industrial-grade polymer solution with ceramic nanotechnology, resulting in high-end, advanced scientific protection of your vehicle's finish. The Quick Car Ceramic Wash. Try it on its own or with the monthly Unlimited Wash Club today. Quick Car. Quick, easy, and professional every time. Now open in Camden with new locations in Jefferson City coming soon.
Moving to the lake is a ton of work, but not with Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you. From packing up and delivering to your new home, or simply loading and transferring your belongings, Sunrise Movers is the obvious choice for your next move. Sunrise Movers strives for 5-star service with every move. In Florida, Texas, or California, yeah, we can get you there or move you here, no problem. Sunrise Movers, the exclusive movers of Lake TV. Give us a call today for a free estimate. At Sunrise Movers, we do the hard work for you.
Hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Don't forget, you can catch What's Burning on Lake TV, 7:02 a.m., 5:02 p.m., and 11:02 p.m. 7 days a week. We have a new show for you every Thursday. Thanks to all of our great sponsors, including SRG Financial Advisors, our title sponsor of What's Burning, Ozark Barge and Dock, Budget Blinds, our veterinary at the lake, and our good friends at Culligan, Lake of the Ozarks, providing us with the ice-cold bottled water. They are the official bottled water of What's Burning. Thanks to all my guests, Joe McElwee, as well as Bill LaCasse, and thank you for tuning in. Next week, we are going to take an opportunity to find out a little bit more about another one of our sponsors, and that's Ozark Barge and Dock. Nina Jeniton will be on the program. We'll also have the opportunity to hear from Professor Jim Paisley, and make sure you check out his website, truehistoryprofessor.com. It's located, it's loaded down rather, with a lot of useful information. We'll take a trip out to Ozarks Cat and Canine to meet two canines, Peter Parker and Mary Jane, as a part of KB's Furry Friends. As always, I want to thank you and encourage you to come back and join us and check out all the programming right here, including What's Burning on Lake TV.